Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about lazy developers and why games that are developed for like 100 years feel like they were developed in 3 months. Like in the time you pay for the pre-orders, that was actually the time for development. So what's going on? And that's a documentary here. Let's have a listen. It's very important to explain the situation.
We don't have to do this.
After all we've been through, it can't be for nothing.
Ellie!
Wow. Everyone I have cared for has either died or left me.
You have no idea what loss is.
So yeah guys, please like this guy here and subscribe. Actually I need to subscribe as well because he made a very interesting documentary about PC gaming. It's just 1 minute long but summarized this perfectly. It's really brilliant. So let's have some explanation. First of all, developer is a company. It's not a person like Naughty Dog. 500 employees, and look at that. How much per person on average? Of course there are cleaners and bosses, but on average 83,000 per year. So imagine they work in few years on a game. How much it costs? Plus all the rents, heating, computers, everything, you know, all the costs. If they work for 10 years on a game, that will be $500 million. Or more. So that's the reality. Now let's have some explanation also about the dynamic between them and the publisher, because people forgetting about the publisher. That's the big guy, not the developer. We hear this name more often probably, but the publisher, that makes the call. So let's have a listen to these guys here.
That puts a developer in is dependence on a publisher. And if you're dependent on a publisher has power over you. And if a publisher has power over you, all they have to do is say, well, in order for you to put this game out, in order for you to reach that mass market, in order for you to have access to our resources and connections, in order to make sure that your game is reviewed, in order to make sure that there's advertising putting it in front of people's faces, in order to essentially make this all possible, we're gonna need you to make some DLC. That's the business model that works right now. And even worse, a publisher ultimately has final say over the content, whereas the actual creative elements of the team don't. The director, the person, directing the game, does not have final say.
So you want us to pay for a Wasteland sequel? Did you do Angry Birds? Will this be like it?
It's a completely different genre. It's a role-playing game.
Is it $1 billion franchise?
Probably not.
Then I can't help you.
It's not dissimilar from the film industry. You might think a director's artistic vision is where the buck stops, but it does not. A film distribution company ultimately has the final say. And this
So the publisher makes the final say. So let's have this chart here. This very advanced pro slide, so to make it easier. I was thinking actually about having the teleprompter, but teleprompter is like very limited. It's kind of broken because only I can see the teleprompter, you know. And this is like more advanced because you can see at the same time as me. If it would be like free with the Windows, I would actually apply for a patent for that and make money, but it's already there on PC. Anyway, market. So PC market in generally is bigger than the console market, but 100% of PC5 owners, for example, have good enough specs to run the game, when less than 10% of PC base have PC stronger than PC. Source: trust me bro, that's very accurate actually, 10%. Development. Simplicity. For a console is way easier to make the game. You have one console, you make the game. Actually Xbox Series S and X, because there are just two, that's already cause a lot of problems for developers. Just 2 options instead of 1. Development resources. So developers have very limited resources, time, budget, manpower. That's important. And now, to understand it even better, let's imagine that you and me, like, are bosses, developer, but like boss of developers. And imagine that you beg a publisher to sponsor your game. So you're not the boss at the end, but you have 200 employees and they all can lose their job and houses, mortgages, family if you make a single bad decision. So think about that, about the pressure. Now you sign the contract with the publisher for, let's say, 5 years of development, and they give you specific time frame and specific money. So you have money to pay your people. Now they keep the final word on everything, and you have 5 years to make the game. And at the very end, you have like 3 or more, I don't know, considering the quality of the PC ports, I think they have no more than 3 months to make the port on PC. So they work on a console for like 4 years, all the, you know, like everything, like acting, music, all the design they make for the console, they check the bugs, and at the end of that development they have 3 months to make the PC port, and it cannot go outside of that 5-year frame. To have more time for PC game, they need to take away from the game development for the console, or like the whole design. So they cannot afford that. That's why they have so little time for PC. It's actually brutal for them, you know, to do that. And also there's another thing, another like aspect, like some developers want very high specs for PC, and it may sound counterintuitive to like aim for 1% when, you know, you're losing all the market share, possible customers with 1060 or 1660, 1650, all the slower specs PCs. But it actually can make sense financially, and let me explain. It can push technological advancement, pushing the boundaries, new technology, pushing everything forward. And this actually can be good for us, because the more crazy demanding games, the faster is development of the hardware to catch up with those games. Now, future-proofing. Games take time to develop. So imagine you make a plan 5-7 years ahead, and you need to predict the specs requirement on PC. And imagine you predict that in 7 years Nvidia will give 12 gigabytes of VRAM and you end up with 8, and you screwed. Not just the players, you as a developer, you screwed. You design your games for 18 gigabytes of VRAM, and now only 1% of people can play your game. But that's the reality, and it's very difficult to scale back when everything is ready. You already spent years of development, and you were waiting for Christmas time when the new Nvidia cards already came out. That's another aspect, guys. Targeting enthusiasts. So you target 4090 owners because you know these guys have money. They have money to pay for the deluxe edition, premium edition, all the DLCs, pre-orders and everything. And also imagine you are a 4090 owner. You have a 4090. You have top-end specs. Even if you don't care about The Last of Us or Jedi Survivor, you want to buy those games, you want to go to a Steam forum and say, oh, the game runs fine for me, I have 120 frames, the game's no problem, it's perfectly well optimized, what you talking about, the game is fine. Of course you want that, of course you want to feel elitist and better than other, because you know. So, brand perception, premium developer, because you want to be perceived as a developer who makes the best looking games. Scalability, optimization. It's easier just to optimize for high end. You have no boundaries. You optimize for a high end, do whatever you want, and later on, maybe you're gonna optimize down, like for even Nintendo Switch, like they did with Witcher 3. And also, very important aspect, all streamers play on PC and promote your game. So you want your game to look as good as possible on the top end PC, and good looking games sell well, guys. So here you go. That's why developers are lazy. It's not them. They're actually paid to be lazy on PC ports. They have only, I don't know, probably 2 months to make PC ports because they're not allowed by the publisher. Publisher probably calculated that. And I was thinking, you know, it's easier to just make an apology. And I was thinking about publishing a game. The game is not even started yet, but I was thinking you can start collecting the money for pre-orders. I can just maybe pay somebody to make a trailer without the gameplay, because there's no gameplay, but collect the money in 3 months and then quickly make the game, then apologize. And of course you need to do some refunds, but some people not gonna bother to refund. So I made a public apology for PC game developer. The game is called Amazing Game and Not a Scam for $17.99, and my team is called Not a Lazy Developer. And here you go, perfect PR team, make a perfect apology. So I'm ready to publish the game now. Yeah, thank you for watching.